So there's not going to be an actual, video this week, but I just wanted to tell a story because I feel like no matter how old you are, everybody needs to hear this at some point. I went on a pretty hard nostalgia trip over the past couple days, and it all started when a TikTok came across my feed talking about whether a song was good or not. And the song that was playing was Cold by Crossfade. Now the song Cold by Crossfade was on the soundtrack for MX vs. ATV Unleashed. And then I began to think, the second the song started playing, about how many countless hours I spent playing that game. So then I scrolled through the TikTok, and then it started again yesterday when the latest episode of Up to Speed on the Donut Media YouTube channel came out. And it was talking about the impact of the Gran Turismo series. And in that video, he talks about how Gran Turismo 3 is deemed one of the greatest, not racing games, one of the greatest video games ever made. So then I began to think, I would want nothing more in this moment right now than to go back and be 9 years old and just sit down and play these two video games for hours. Like, if I was able to go back to my old PlayStation 2 and look at the data logs for those two games, I've probably spent in the realm of days, if not weeks, playing those video games. And then I began to think about it, and I would also want nothing more in this moment to go back and just relive my childhood. Because little did I know about all the BS that comes with being an adult and all the hardships with it. I would say most of it is understanding life in general. Because when you're young, you don't need to understand life. And I'm not a philosophical person. I base pretty much everything on my religion. But I do like the way the human mind thinks. So with that being said, I had an epiphany. In 15 or 20 years, am I gonna think back on some nostalgia trip, whether it be an old YouTube video of mine or a song comes up on a playlist? In 10 or 15 years, am I gonna want nothing more than to come back to these moments that I'm having right now, where I feel like my life can be hell on earth some days? Am I gonna want nothing more in my later life than to come back to right now? So with that being said, I've already lost friends from my high school years. And I've already lost people that are close to me. And I'm sure that their parents would want nothing more than to go back to when they had their kid. So I guess all I'm trying to say is I learned yesterday not to take any moment for granted. Because before I know it, I'm going to be looking at these days right now and just wish I could go back to my youth. Thank you.